travel pack.
All right. You got it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's go. We can get started. Hello, everyone in the live. The topic is going to be about teachers hitting students and students hitting teachers.
Right.
So, me, myself, personally, I don't got no kids right now, but I love the kids. I love the babies, okay? There's been 2 videos going around. One of a black student hitting a teacher that just came back from having surgery and I guess getting over cancer and things like that. And there was another video of a black teacher, beating up a student, but I don't know what his race was. It was very blurry.
He was really beating him up.
I mean,
yeah. But even though you ain't got no kids, you know what I'm saying, you gotta like you know, siblings and stuff, you know, cousins and stuff too. So you gotta think, you know what I'm saying, how would you feel if that was to happen to like somebody in your family too? Not just beside.
What if that happened to my grandma or grandpa?
That's true though. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that at the same time, but so you can relate into it in both ways as a parent. Basically, of it happened to an older person, like your grandpa, your auntie, your uncle, something like that. Or such as fact of your niece, your cousin, you know what I'm saying, somebody like that. So you can see both. You can put yourself on both sides because of how you would feel.
But like, I don't agree. I mean, I feel like students are there to respect the teachers, listen to the teachers, and learn. But there's also teachers that are very disrespectful. It didn't look like either one of those teachers were being disrespectful, though. But there are those teachers that will try.
They'll push your buttons.
Right.
They'll definitely push your buttons.
And then what is the student supposed to do? Hey, Kiara.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Kiara. But I mean, what you say, what the teacher supposed to do?
What is the teacher? Okay, no. If the teacher keeps harassing the student, saying different things, you know, not letting them do things, what is the student supposed to do? Because the student can go to like the principal and stuff like that, but what if they don't believe them? It basically be the student against the teacher's word, and they're gonna always believe the teacher.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you gotta show them what you mean. At least, you know what I'm saying. Get somebody else to tell them that, oh yeah, he definitely did this, or, you know, or something like that. At least have a witness to say, oh yeah, I seen him act this type of way, and then at least they can have witnesses for the principals or whoever they going to, you know what I'm saying, to help them out. But I mean, the student should not react violently, first of all, because that's an adult period. And then that brings in more problems because your parents are going to get upset because of how they react too. You know what I'm saying? Because I would get upset.
A lot of people ain't got no home training though, and it's babies raising babies, and they're not raising these babies to be respectful. So when the kids go to school, if they don't respect their parents at home, why would they respect the teacher at school?
Yeah, I mean, you got a damn good point. That's a real good point. Because I mean, if they at home talking to their parents like it's nothing, then what is the difference than talking to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna respect nobody. They ain't got respect for nobody.
And there's a lot of them out here that ain't got no respect and no home training and will talk to anybody any old kind of way.
Yeah, that's true. So, dang, that's a real good point. That is a real good point. So, in that point, then that comes to the teacher end too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, the teacher gotta know their place and know that's, like, just like if you at work and something pop off at work, you can't go out your way to make sure that you gon' hold your end or make sure you ain't being like punked out or something like that. You try to make them understand that you not finna just let them talk to you like that. But at the same time, you know you working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I work, so I know. Because I work with all older ladies. Mostly the ladies that I work with are much older than me. So they feel like, I don't know, they look at me as like their granddaughter or their daughter, but even in grandma, you're not going to talk to me any kind of way, okay? And I'm not gonna disrespect nobody's grandma, but I'm still gonna stand up for myself and let you know.
Yeah. I feel you. I understand. But not if you was in school now, you know what I'm saying? If you were in school, middle school, high school, elementary school or whatever, I don't know how the college whole thing will go because everybody feel like they're an adult in college just as much as you would in high school. But it's still a sense of respect on each end. You got to respect these kids and the kids got to respect them teachers as like it was a parent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, a lot of these teachers are not respecting these students, though, especially these black students.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But imagine though what they go through. If you got 100 and something kids to deal with all different attitudes, you know what I'm saying? You are already stressed out on, huh?
They don't deserve that, and they deserve higher wages.
That's true. Yeah, they definitely deserve higher wages. I believe that. But it's something that you got yourself into. Ain't nobody tell you to pick that career. You basically, you know what I'm saying?
Pick that career to help students, to help the youth. You didn't come there to get harassed and beat up, okay? Everybody on the line.
Yeah, that's true. You really don't. But I mean, it's a part of the job. You're dealing with somebody else. You're dealing with somebody who can be emotional one day, happy. You know what I'm saying? They dealing with a bunch of stuff outside of school that you might not know nothing about. And then when you're in class, and then something might trigger them to get upset with them, and you just don't know what it is. But you still got to try to channel that and be a teacher and do your job. It's like you said, help these kids. You know what I'm saying? But like that one video with the girl thing, you know what I'm saying? Like when she punched the lady or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No matter if she came from surgery or whatever, it's still that lady was not even in her face, wasn't doing nothing. You just wanted to seem like the big bad wolf. Like you wanted to show people like, oh man, I'm about that. Like, but you just hit an old lady.
For no reason. And then the old lady was going after her to tell her, like, I didn't do anything wrong. What's up?
Yeah. But then that's when your peers come into play too. One of her friends should have been like, man, that's messed up, bro. Like, that lady ain't did nothing to you, bro. She can't even defend herself. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing you can say. There's absolutely nothing she can say.
Nah, I don't agree with that one, that boy, at all.
When I was in elementary school and middle school, I was not a good girl, okay? So I used to get in trouble a lot. I was in ISS. I never really had out of school suspension, but I had ISS a lot and detention.
Right.
But that was mostly more in middle school where I had ISS and detention. But in 5th grade, I was in class with all my good girlfriends, whatever. We used to pass notes and stuff, talk all the time. And our teacher, I feel like, was racist as hell. So one day, that bitch grabbed me up by my shirt, and like all hell broke loose in the classroom.
Oh, man.
This was when my dad was still living, and my dad came down to the school and was like, get her the F out of this class and put her in this black lady's class because I'm not with this bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, so what if I would have punched the teacher back because she grabbed me up? You can't fucking grab me.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely true.
And I'm not disrespectful. Like, I pass notes and I'm being a little kid. We're rebellious and shit, but I'm never disrespectful. So it's like, if I would have hit her back, then what? What if I would have got suspended for hitting the teacher, but she fucking grabbed me? Oh, were you being disobedient? I didn't touch her.
Hello?
Yeah.
I just clicked out for a second. But
have you ever had any experiences like that in school?
Yeah, I wasn't a great kid at all, at all. But I had some instances with some teachers. Like one time I had a teacher, I was asleep. or whatever. And the teacher, she squirted me with a water bottle. She poured but so that made me really mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm sleeping in your class. You know what I'm saying? Don't freaking squirt me with a water bottle. I don't care how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I did stand up and I got mad at her. You know what I'm saying? But I walked out of the classroom on my own. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's a lady or whatever. But I know if it would have been a man, it could have been a little different. But when she did squirt me, that shit, it made me mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like she crossed the line. You could have woke me up. You could have did whatever.
They're doing the extra most with us because I feel like maybe they think that we're gonna react because we're black, and it's like, nah, you can wake us up, tap us, you know, whatever, just like you would another student. What's the difference? Why you gotta go the extra mile and do some bullshit? Then when we retaliate, oh my god, like
that's a whole problem. Yeah, whole problem when we retaliate because you weren't expecting us to do nothing like that. But
exactly.
Yeah, I done had some run. I had a run in with one teacher when I was going to that career center. I had a run in with one teacher. He actually he wanted me to throw something away that he thought I threw on the floor, and I told him I didn't. And I was like, I'm not gonna pick it up because I didn't throw it on the floor. And then he was like, well, get out of my class. And I was like, so you gonna kick me out of class? And then he was like, yeah, you need to get out of my class or whatever. So I was like, bro, I ain't throw it, and I'm not leaving because I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? So then he was like, well, I'm finna call the deputy to get you out of there. I said, well, call him, because I ain't throw it. You know what I'm saying? So
why you gotta call the deputy first?
I don't know. So then when he said that, he grabbed my chair and like spun it around to like get me out of the chair. No. So I stood up and I told him, he was like an older white dude. So I said, bro, if you put your hands on me, bro, I'm gonna knock your ass out. Like, don't touch me. Like, for real, then.
How tall were you then?
Oh, I was already tall then. I wasn't short. I was only short in middle school. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was waiting.
So you hit the growth spurt in like 8th grade summer, going into 9th grade?
Yeah. That junk happened overnight though. Like, I went to sleep and I woke up and I was talking in the refrigerator and I don't even know how. For real. I woke up and I could see the cereal box. I'm like, dang, what's up? For real. That's crazy. That ain't make no. Then you go to school, you see everybody. I'm like, dang, everybody's so little, and they like, damn, bro, you tall. It was like overnight kind of little deal though, but
that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I stopped growing when I was in the 5th grade, so 5 feet is 5 feet. Okay.
Just stop there. Yeah, but hey. Even still, I ain't touched the teacher. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he would have put his hands on me or whatever. I might have back then because of my mind state then. But now, like, even to try to understand these kids now, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard because think about when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? It was school. School was school, and sometimes you get put in a situation that you know what I'm saying. You really can't know how to react. So sometimes you do just get angry. You know what I'm saying? So some of them kids, like, I don't know about them last videos, like with the little boy and the girl or whatever. I don't know what they had going on or whatever, but I don't think neither one of them was right. But sometimes it's different, you know what I'm saying? But those videos right there, I can't agree with those. Not at all.
No,
Yeah. Because
I mean, if the teacher just, like, snatched him up.
Right.
Like that or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But like all that, like he literally was taking his anger out. He was real mad. He was big mad.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was, dude. But that's the thing too. He like, all right, you done hit him a few times. Now people trying to break you up. Right. People trying to break you up. You still walking towards this little boy. You know what I'm saying? That's a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why he getting charged now, because that's how I would look at the video. Like, oh, you already done made him defenseless. You can't. He running from you kind of, and you still walking towards him. You know what I'm saying? That's like in a fight anyway. If you fighting somebody.
Well, he like, run now. You was talking all that big stuff. Why you gonna run now?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, if he walking away from that jump, let him walk away. Shoot, you done did your thing. You know what I'm saying? The teacher done beat him up clearly. Like even when the boy was hitting the teacher, that didn't faze that boy.
Oh, okay. You're talking about after he beat him up, he fell to the ground and he was like still coming at him, trying to beat him up some more.
Yeah, he was still going at him. Like, for what? Like,
yeah, he was just mad. I don't know. He was just real mad.
He looked half like, he probably, man, that boy way smaller than that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that boy couldn't have did nothing to that man if he tried to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make no sense.
Yeah, he had all that mouth though. Hey, everybody on the live, we're talking about teachers hitting students and students hitting teachers. Our opinions on that topic.
Right.
So I just know that a lot of kids, especially black kids, are growing up with you know, they don't know how to deal with their emotions, especially if they're growing up in single parent homes. Yeah. How do men know how to deal with their emotions, you know, as a man being raised by a woman? Not to say that a woman can't raise a man, because she can, and they have, and they do every day, all day. Yeah. But, you know, emotionally, it's a lot of emotional ass boys and men out here.
Way more emotional now than back then, though. Everybody got emotions.
You say what?
I say way more emotional now than back then. Like, everybody.
Right, exactly. Because, I mean, it's single parent homes. Like, there's no father in the picture, or the father is a mama's boy and he don't know how to, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know how it goes, but I mean, you teach what you are taught, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Basically. And if you was never taught anything, then how do you teach something without knowing or having an insight or seeing something positive? You know what I'm saying? Just like if you look at these little videos with these little kids, like, I don't know, it was some video I seen. The mama was recording a little boy, and the little boy was all in the bike seat, just cussing, like, and she.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he like, I didn't mean to call you no bitch, mama, but I'm just.
Yeah, like he was a grown ass man.
Yeah. Shit was wild, man. But it's how you raise, man. If they allow that, then so just imagine how a kid gonna be in school. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get to school and talk to his teachers just the way he thought his mom.
Think about how he's gonna treat women.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mama says that kid is okay, but a real woman is gonna be like, "Who the fuck is you talking to?" Then he gonna be like, "Who the fuck is you talking to?"
Might put his hands on him. And he might do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dang, where you got your phone at, man? I need a little host point thing too. I'm tired of holding this phone. Dang.
What you talking about?
I say, how you got your phone all posted up like that?
Oh, I got it on my little stand that I be doing my videos on.
Oh, that's dope. Shoot, I need to invest into one of those suckers up.
Amazon for the low ski. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna change topics slightly, and I want to talk about kids being homeschooled, because from what I'm being told, kids are not learning how to do cursive in school anymore, and they're not learning how to tell time on a number clock. So if I gotta teach my kids how to tell time on a number clock and how to do cursive, which is a major thing that we learned in school, why am I sending them to school?
It makes sense. It does make sense. I mean, but as time...
Why would they take that out of school?
I mean, as time changes, a lot of things change. They do away with a lot of things. So, you know what I'm saying? Like a digital clock. That might be, in the next couple of years, it might not be no more clocks with numbers. They might all be digital. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Okay, that's true. But, cursive writing.
Cursive is true.
You always gotta sign something. You always gotta sign something for the kids. You always gotta sign your name on something. You gotta sign a check.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You can't teach them cursive no more. What is that about?
Yeah, I don't get that. I really don't get that. Cause shoot, I remember tracing the cursive letters long time ago. And my daughter, she don't do it now.
Like, teacher, you had to learn the letters and you had to learn how to write your name. You thought you was cool and shit. Like, niggas ain't even learning that now. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy though. But I don't see why they would stop doing that, because it's a part of literature. You know what I'm saying? Cursive is, but they not teaching it for real, and I really don't understand it. But I don't know. But as for going to public school and homeschool, I don't know nobody that was really homeschooled, you know what I'm saying? But it's a good thing, though, because, you know what I'm saying, you got that one-on-one time, you know what I'm saying? You can actually learn a little better because you don't have the distractions of being in school with a bunch of other kids, and somebody can actually focus on just you, you know what I'm saying? So that's...
And also, you don't have to follow the same curriculum as the state.
Yeah.
You can actually teach your kids what they need to know to like be successful in life. They don't teach us how to balance a checkbook. They don't teach us major keys in life in school that we need to know to prosper in life. Yeah. It's like they dumb us down. Basically, I feel like they're trying to dumb the kids down even more than they try to dumb us down.
It makes sense.
But our generation is getting so woke that our kids gonna come home, mommy, I learned this. No.
Yeah, I feel you. And shoot, they teach, man. It's a lot different though now.
There's a few like YouTube channels that I watch of a black woman talking about certain topics, and there's all kinds of communities of there's all kinds of black communities where they do homeschooling, like neighborhood homeschooling, where somebody might be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, and they take different shifts or take different subjects teaching the kids, because a lot of young men are going to school and they might get suspended or they might get in trouble for something stupid, and then they might get arrested for some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it's called like the school to prison pipeline or something. But if a young man gets so many suspensions and then he goes to juvie so many times, let's just say he turns 18 and he does some shit that he really get in trouble for. They're gonna look at his record like, oh no, this nigga going to jail. He ain't shit.
Yeah, that is true.
So they just try to suspend our young men or our young black students and try to get them in trouble as much as they can to send them off, to already start them off bad.
Yeah, it can still.
So it's like, I don't, like, if I have a son, I don't want him to go through that. And I've seen in schools where, I don't know if you've seen this one video of, I guess they told this black girl to get out of her desk or get up. And she was like, no. And then they called the little resource officer or whatever. This man came over there, like, yoked her, like, yanked her out of the seat, like, threw her to the ground, like, was dragging her. It was all types of crazy shit.
What? Yeah, I ain't gonna see that.
You not gonna treat my child like this. I'm suing you. I'm coming up there slapping you. Like, I'll take that charge. Get me out. I got bail money. Like, you not finna touch my child.
Yeah, I feel you. But
she can get up?
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, one thing I can say for public school though is it teach you a lot of different things. It teach you about different people. It teach you about how to react, how to act around people. You know what I'm saying? It determines if you're gonna be a leader or a follower. Public school and stuff give you. I mean, private school, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But going to school, period, whatever, outside of homeschool, you know what I'm saying? That's going to teach you something different because you got to deal with different people.
Talking to you on the comment.
Oh, yo, what up, bruh? Yeah. But I mean, it's just I feel like it'll teach you little different things, but going to regular school, going to regular school, private school, whatever, and then being homeschool. When you homeschool, it just might be just you. You know what I'm saying? And you really don't get to understand how other people act or how other people. You don't get to get yourself involved with the real world, and then you get out there and now you feel like you just got thrown in the ocean because you can't really relate to a lot of other people.
Like, there's hope. Like, we don't know about these communities because we've been so programmed to send our kids to public school, but there's different communities of black people that homeschool their kids. Even when I was younger, when I was in elementary school, I had met two sisters that were homeschooled, and they still had fun. They went on field trips. They still learned shit. And then when you homeschool your kids, they don't have to be on that same. Who's to say that our kids got to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go to school? What if they don't want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning? What if they want to sleep till 10 and go to school from 12 to 4 or some shit? Like, who's to say what hours our kids have to learn? And even if you do have to go to work, who's to say your kids got to go to school during the day? They can do damn night school when you get off work.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I feel like those are the most important years where your child needs to be molded. And, you know, they might not have as much access to different ethnicities of kids, but they're still going to have, like, playtime and stuff. They'll have cousins. They'll have friends. They'll have other people in the that are homeschooled as well that go on field trips and stuff. Like I said, it's a whole community. Right. And I mean, I just want my kid to know the really real and not just know slavery and Martin Luther King. Because that's all we learned. We learned slavery, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, and Rosa Parks. Yeah. What else?
That's about it. And To Kill a Mockingbird, whatever that word.
Right, like they teach us stuff that we're not going to use, and it's like I want my kid to know. And then once high school rolls around, go ahead, take your ass to public school, go to homecoming, go to prom, go to grad bash, do everything you want to do in high school, figure out what you want to be in life, and do that. Yeah. And even when you homeschool your kids, also, whatever they have in mind that they're passionate about, you can give them work on that. Yeah. Because a lot of kids are going to school and they're not interested in what they're learning. Yeah. You can give them what they want. Like, say they want to, like, I don't know, they like airplanes. Give them work on airplanes when they first start in middle or elementary school. Then in middle school, let them try to build a little airplane, and keep going with that shit. Then when that nigga get to high school, he gonna be applying to be a pilot and go to college for that shit. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah, that is true. Like I said, when you got homeschool, you can focus on more than just, cramming them with what is it called? Whatever. Cramming them with whatever you you have to get them to know, your criteria for the year. That they sticking to by the books. This is what I need to teach them. This is what I have set up, and this is it. Right. You got no choice, but you do. Yeah. But you do, when you at home, you doing homeschool, you do got a choice. You can, like you said, you can focus on what they really like to do and stuff like that. So that is and they will be paying attention and they'll be more in tune to study and get it right and love it because they're interested in it. They're passionate about it instead of just shoving down their throats stupid ass science and math shit that we ain't gonna never use. Yeah. I mean, in your field, you don't use little scientific things more than others. No, I don't. Not as a CNA. Maybe as a nurse, they have to measure stuff in syringes. Ooh. But besides that, no. True. I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't use science too much at all. You know what I'm saying? But I guess for different jobs, you probably would use math and different things like engineering. You probably would use a lot of math. Contracting, you probably will use a lot of geometry and other shit like that. Yeah. I mean, what do y'all use in your field? Don't y'all have to measure and do different things like that? Nah, not so much. We use a lot of math and stuff like that, and that's about it. Yeah, we use more math than anything because we doing voltage checks and stuff like that. So measuring so much is math is probably one of the main ones or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. Because, we don't, like I said, we ain't doing nothing. We trying to figure out why this part ain't properly working. So it has really nothing to do with, it got more to do with just knowing common sense about a car. It's about knowing about a car, in my field. So, but it does do a lot with math. And that's about, because you got to know ratios to how stuff runs. So I would say. Hell no. I'm just saying, you got to know the fuel trim ratio and, air mixture ratio. So it is a little bit of science involved, but it's mostly math. So, but, I mean. So are you saying that math is one of your strong suits? I always liked the math, but, yeah, a little bit to an extent. I ain't no reader, though. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that much. I can read, but I don't like to read like that. So you know what I'm saying. But yeah, math is a strong point. All right, well, that's my least strong point. That is my worst. I'm horrible with math, horrible. That's my worst subject ever. Everything else, I'm great. I love reading and writing and all that. Yeah. When I went to Tampa Bay Tech, I was in journalism. So, I was on the morning show. I was on the newspaper staff. I was on the magazine staff. So being on the morning show, I'm very comfortable being in front of the camera and behind the camera and, editing and making videos and stuff. So this ain't foreign to me. Yeah. This ain't foreign to me either because I'm always live. No, I'm just... But and then okay, so on that point, what you saying, doing all those things in school, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that at home school. You know what I'm saying? You can't find that drive into yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? As in being. Why do you feel that way? Because how you gonna be in a journal club? You know what I'm saying? Doing all the Okay, well, no. Tampa Bay Tech was it was a technical school. Yeah. But journalism my second choice. My first choice was cosmetology.
Oh yeah. So.
But me myself personally, I wanted to go into a field where I'm helping people or making people feel good. So I'm like, okay, when I get my hair done, I feel good. So I want to make other ladies feel good by doing their hair.
Yeah.
So that was why I wanted to be a cosmetologist. So then when I couldn't pick that, I had to pick journalism. I'm like, okay, I'm giving people the news.
Right.
People need to know what's going on in the world. People need to know what's going on in school. So I feel like I'm helping people by giving people the news.
Right. Yeah.
So now I'm in the medical field, and that's just self-explanatory.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like that's all. That's what I'm saying. I mean, with being at homeschool, then how would you be able to? I mean, I guess you can focus on that subject if you like it, but if you don't see it on the curriculum criteria to what to do, and like, oh, I could pick this and do this, I might like it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But with being homeschooled, that means you can get your children can watch educational movies and read educational books. In reading educational books, there'll be a lot of things in there that they might be interested in doing.
True. Well,
that could be lucrative to them as a Black person in general. So that's another thing. We don't read like Malcolm X books or books that try to teach us how to, budget our money or invest or anything like that. We in homeschooling, you can do that. Like you can set your child up. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. That is true. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
I don't know. I'm just like, do you want to have more kids though?
Yeah. I'm stuck on 2, but I can just do 1 more. I would like 2 more, but if I get a boy next, then I'm fine. But if I get a girl, then I might try again.
Okay, so what if you keep having girls?
Oh, 3 of them, I'm done. 3 girls, I'm straight. Super straight. Give me 3 girls, I'm straight. I might get the little snip burn thing down there. What they call that shit? Vasectomy. I might get one of them things. What? Straight up. Let me push out 3 girls in a row. I'm stupid, right? I'm good. I'm good.
Oh my God.
Can't afford that many guns, you know what I'm saying? 3 girls, you know.
Oh Lord. And make sure you teach them how to shoot.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do everything with my child. My child don't know. My child is a boy. All right.
Oh, they ain't gonna know who they messing with.
Oh no. I'm teachers. You gotta teach them everything, just like you said. Shoot, what did you learn? I'm teaching them. I'm homeschooling her while I'm at school. You know what I'm saying? While she here, I'm teaching her what she needs to know and what she gotta. But like you said, it's about how for parents. You know what I'm saying? For their kids when they go into school, it's like you gotta teach them respect. You gotta teach them other things too. You know what I'm saying? Follow how you want to be and all that stuff. Don't be no follower to other kids. Because other kids can mess you up in school too, just as much as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So like even that like them people with the hitting the teachers and stuff. Somebody could have been like, "Girl, I bet you won't hit her." You know what I'm saying? And she would have like for real. You never know how that played out. You know what I'm saying? Like she always trying us, girl. I bet you won't swing on her. And she probably just like, "Man, I will." It look crazy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you just never know. You really don't. So.
Oh yeah, somebody got to scream out his world star.
Yeah, it might pop off. They wasn't even finna fight, but somebody go to swinging. You never know. Straight up. Especially in this day and age. Shoot. Ain't no telling that.
So, what do you think about girls, young girls being pregnant in school? Oh, Russell, what's going on with your Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Dang, this has been wild.
Did you hear what I said?
Nah.
I said, what do you think about young girls that are getting pregnant younger and younger in school? Hey, Alicia.
Ooh, boy.
Alicia, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my auntie Sherry. What's poppin'? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But how do I feel about that? I feel like I don't know if it still go on with that thing called sex ed or whatever. I don't. They need to have that in school. That still need to be in school. Like they need to at least inform them. You know what I'm saying? Inform them what life is about. Like you don't remember being in middle school and they had the sex education thing.
I remember going to sex education class and they separated the boys and the girls, but I don't really feel like I feel like they taught us about periods and like they didn't really teach us about like as in depth as I feel like they should have.
Yeah.
Like they probably taught y'all about like condoms and stuff. They didn't teach us. I honestly can't remember, but I don't think it was too in depth.
It wasn't too in depth because I remember taking it in middle school, so I know it wasn't too crazy into it. But at the same time, if you teach it in high school, when people get more curious and get more time to be around people their age.
Man, they need to start in middle school because girls was getting pregnant in the 9th grade, the 8th grade. Like I went to high school in the 9th grade, like because I grew up in Sefner, so I'm going to these country elementary school and middle school. I don't know nothing about Tampa or nothing because I live in Sefner.
Right.
I get to Tampa Bay Tech, and these girls are like, "Yeah, I had sex in the 8th grade," and this. I said, "Huh? Where they do that? I don't know nothing about that."
Yeah, it's crazy. It's your environment.
It's crazy.
It's your environment. It's what you around. It's what you see. It's the people you be with. You know what I'm saying? Some people shoot. Like you say, people make it to be 21 and not have sex, but it's just around the people that you be with. So for people that's getting pregnant younger, it's really the internet too. Because the internet, like, even if you 15 years old, you got an Instagram. What you see on there? Nasty stuff.
Right.
Girls on here have
anything you want.
Half naked. Oh, what a purple pickle at. All that stuff. Like these girls know what that stuff is. They 15 years old, 13 years old. They asking about a purple pickle. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta blame the internet. Society is killing us regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gonna escape it because of what we are able to see, what we can see from just getting on your phone and looking at something. We ain't have phones like that back then. Our parents definitely didn't have phones like that with the technology they have now. So just think, my daughter got an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? She's 8 years old. So it's just what they see, and it makes them wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like we heard about it, or we thought of. You know what I'm saying? If you thought about it because you might have liked the person, you couldn't act on it because you might not have even knew what to do, but you just knew like, dang, I like her. You know what I'm saying? I know I want to kiss her. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, I know I got something and she got something, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? But now you can watch a whole video on that bit. Like on your phone, just Google it.
They don't have to write notes anymore and hope for a response. They got to do is send a DM or a text message like, "What's good?"
That's it. Screenshot pictures, anything. You know, shoot, anything. They ain't got to call a house phone and be scared to talk to somebody's parent.
Oh my God!
They got it made easy. All you got to do is call the phone. You know she gonna pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Don't got to call the house phone and talk to Daddy Russ.
Well, hey, boy. Shoot, I used to call your phone, man. So I call that bitch. If I'm finna call you, and I call you, and all I hear is hello. I'm finna hang up. Blah. I'm gonna hang up the phone. I'm gonna try again later. You know what I'm saying? I know her daddy ain't finna let me talk to her, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. I know her mama ain't finna let that happen. So as soon as I hear somebody but that person, man, I'm hanging up. They ain't gotta do that though. They got the technology to look up, see anything they want to see. So that's what I think is advancing them more into getting pregnant younger at a younger age because they're curious, and the internet's doing it.
The internet is doing it because are they even still using books in schools, or are they using tablets and stuff?
A lot of schools do use like tablets. Some schools they do use books, you know, like reading materials and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them do use. I mean, more higher price schools could use a lot more tablets and computers and stuff like that. But there's a lot of computers in the classrooms now compared to having one computer in the class.
I think it's a good thing to have computers in the classroom, but I don't think they should take actual books out of the classroom.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they should have a balance of both, because we still want to keep in our kids' minds that it's good to read, it's good to retain knowledge, and not just Google, social media, or, you know, technology. Because what if all this fucking technology shut the fuck down? Then what we gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, I already know, man. I'll be watching I watch movies like that and stuff. Shoot, I remember people's numbers just so you know what I'm saying? You know people's numbers?
I know, like, my mom's house and cell. I know both of my sisters' cells. I know the important numbers.
Yeah, that counts. But shoot, somebody lose their phone, they might not know what to do. Just like you said.
Yeah, say you go to jail or whatever and they take your phone. What the?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I done seen it on a little locked up episode on Netflix. The girl's like, oh, I can't call anybody. She was like, you got a phone right there. It's unlimited calling. Call somebody. I don't know any numbers. Can you give me my phone? They like, nah, bro. So she had to sit in there. She had to sit in there. But
they're trying to dumb our kids down with that shit, man.
For real. For real. Because once you program that number, what you need to think about it for, you got to go as that being click. Jocelyn. Okay, there we go. I'm good. You ain't got to look
exactly, and we gonna remember numbers because we're not millennials.
Yeah.
I was born in 90. Yeah. You were born in the 80s. So we had to remember numbers. We had to write them shits down. If a boy asks for our number, we got to write it down, and vice versa. So we had to always have to remember numbers. These kids now, they like, what? Writing a number down? Here go the cell phone. What's the digits? Like, what's good?
Hand you the whole cell phone.
Put my number in your phone.
Yeah.
That's all I hear from these young men. Put my number in your phone. No. I will put the wrong number in your phone.
Oh, man. That is true, though. They will definitely do that.
Still.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already know. I definitely understand that. But I don't know, man. I just hope in the future, you know what I'm saying, things could get better, but like you said, they dumbing people down. It's making it too easy to. It's making it.
I want them to hear this from you.
Easier to do less. You know what I'm saying? It's more less is better. The less you have to do anything, people get comfortable with it.
The easier, the better. Like, nobody got to work for nothing no more.
Yeah, and they down with that. They down with that.
Right.
So,
like, these kids nowadays, they got cell phones where they can go on YouTube, they can go on Pandora, they can go on Spotify, they can go on anything to get music, where we had to download our shit. We had to have CDs, CD players, tape players, damn MP3 players, iPods. Like, who uses iPods anymore?
Yeah, nobody. It's your phone. It changed to your phone.
Exactly.
It changed to your phone. So if you was to have a kid or whatever, you know what I'm saying, would you raise them like somebody was like, man, your daughter got a phone already? Like, why she has a phone? You know what I'm saying? I was just like, because I mean, I can talk to her. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, well, why does she need a phone? Some people feel like they shouldn't. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. But they're like, oh, I'm not giving my kid a phone, so they get like how I was. I ain't have a phone until I was like 16. But it's different now. You know what I'm saying? It's ways of communication, and I want to know where my child is at, and I have access. I have access to do it. So how would you? What would you do? Would you buy your child a phone, or would you be like, nah, you can't do it?
I mean, with everything that's going on in the world nowadays, we need, us as Black people in general, we need to have constant contact with our children.
Yeah.
We need to know if they're being harassed by the police, their teachers, other students. We need to know what is going on. Because if they can't come to us, who can they go to?
Nobody. That's true.
Now, the type of phone, I can understand some people saying, oh, you know, they don't need this expensive ass Galaxy, or they don't need this expensive ass iPhone. But I feel like to each parent its own. But I mean, my child is going to have a phone regardless if it's a flip phone, a Cricket phone, a Boost mobile phone. It's going to be a cell phone to where I can get in touch with them.